Hello, this is my propositional rebuttal. My time starts now. In this rebuttal, I'll first respond to my opponent's points in his speech in the order that he stated them. Beginning off, the opposition cited Article 2, Section 1 of the UN Charter, in which they claim that the UN does not have legitimacy to ask countries to make reforms. This article is completely irrelevant to the legitimacy of the UN, as the section states the organization is based on the principle of the sovereign equality of all its members. All this means that each state is equal in regards to international law. While the Charter does claim that the UN shall not intervene in matters known as domestic jurisdiction, many countries have tried to use the domestic jurisdiction defense to deter the UN, but this was to no avail. Article 1 states that the UN was created to, quote, to achieve international cooperation, promoting and encouraging respect for human rights and for fundamental freedoms for all without distinction as race, sex, language, or religion. While opposition claims that the UN is not the best actor, the section of Article 1 shows that the UN is one of the best actors. Right now, the UN has a chance to help deal with the international problem of police corruption and sentencing disparities. The opposition also stated that it only used third world countries to show the problem of police corruption. The opposition has twisted the reasons countries are used in order to hide the truth. The other reason these countries are used was to establish a correlation between police corruption, crime rates, and police killings. Police corruption is still an issue in the US, which is seen as a beacon of hope and freedom. It is nowhere near number 1, falling in at 22 out of 198, with 1 out of 198 being least corrupt. This shows police corruption is an international issue. Next, opposition also stated they're quotes, forcing smaller countries to divert all their limited resources towards something the country might not even struggle with in the first place. End quote. Judge, this is once again a huge stretch of the truth on the opposition's part. Nowhere in my opening speech did I say that police corruption is the only global problem that the entire world should dedicate all their resources to combating police corruption. I said in my last speech, quote, CPI 2018 shows that corruption is a problem worldwide with hotspots in South America, the Middle East, and Northern Central Africa, end quote. I guess that fell on deaf ears when the opposition stated that some countries might not even be struggling with police corruption. I also said that, quote, all countries should reform policing by addressing their corruption in some shape or form, end quote. This does not mean that every country has to pour in all their money or even the same amount of money as other countries. This only means that they have to at least try something approved by the UN to fight police corruption. The opposition had a major problem with my points on sentencing, stating that the ICJ takes into account other factors when determining sentences. This is however completely irrelevant, as reforms are geared towards a country's use of judicial discretion. The opposition asks that people who had emotional problems or some other issues should not get the same sentence for the same crime. This is also irrelevant, as many countries have different levels of a crime. One example being the Iraqi Penal Code, which has different guidelines for whether there was intent, emotional distress, or other context. I'm not asking a country to remove the lines between the context of a crime. I was asking for when the criminal is convicted, there to be a set punishment rather than judicial discretion. Another example of this is the U.S. Penal Code, which show different degrees of a crime. For example, first and second degree murder, the difference between is that first degree was premeditated. Not to address the opposition's arguments. The opposition's first argument is that developing nations will be neglected. This is false and completely unfounded because, as the opposition said in the beginning of the video, quote, all countries are equal under international law, end quote, and every member state has a one vote on the United Nations General Assembly, which means every country has an equal say in what gets put in the resolution. Because there are more developing countries than first world countries, this in fact should give the developing countries more power in the General Assembly. The opposition's last argument is that the resolution would be met with backlash from citizens. This is quite interesting, as there have been protests in over 60 countries spanning the entire globe demanding police reform. If their countries won't do anything, then there's more than a possibility that these things may look into the UN to help solve this problem. The opposition also claims that countries might leave the UN if they disagree with it. This is extremely unlikely, as if a country leaves the UN because of policing reform, this communicates to the people that support the reform, which would be many because of the global protests, that they don't want reform. Because of this, a country leaving would only cause a country to receive nationwide backlash and bring even more attention to the issue of police corruption. For these reasons, Judge, the opposition's argument is flawed and you should side with the proposition. Thank you.